Get in the game. Feel the thrill. Sport Today, we keep it real. Scores and news from the English Premier League, Spanish La Liga, France League 1, Germany Bundesliga, Italia Serie A, Nigeria Premier Football League, Formula 1, basketball, tennis, boxing, all day long. Tune in now where sports belong. On your super dial, every play, every win makes you smile. Join us live, don't miss a beat. For the love of sports, our passion's complete. Sport Today, your sport headquarters, where action speaks louder just for you. An honor, 103.5 FM. We're in the zone for sports fans everywhere. Welcome home.
Won the UEFA Conference League. A superb second half performance have helped turn this round as Pellegrini's former assistant Ento Maresca conquers him in Wrocław, Poland. The first title of the Maresca era, the first title, Gary, for this era of Chelsea team.
Incredible turnaround. Maresca talked about this young developing team having to learn to win ugly. But the moments of quality that we saw tonight were not ugly, they were beautiful from Parma.
Anthony, despite his starring role on loan at Betis since leaving Manchester United, couldn't conjure up the magic. Nicholas Jackson with a goal for 2-1. After the equaliser from Fernandes, Sancho and Caicedo late on as it finishes Real Betis 1, Chelsea 4.
Right, it was a beautiful night for Chelsea yesterday at the UEFA Conference League finals against Real Betis. Chelsea winning the game 4-1. Another history, another record from the London side yesterday. What a beautiful night that we saw yesterday in the world of football. Yes, I must confirm to you that Chelsea are the first team to win all 5 European competition. Remember, they won the Champions League in the year 2012 against Bayern Munich, and of course against City in the year 2021. They won the Europa finals in the year 2013, and of course against Arsenal in the year 2019. They did the magic at the Super Cup in the year 1998. They did it also in the year 2021. I'm talking about the Cup Winners' Cup. They won it in the year 1971, in the year 1998, and just yesterday the Conference League finals against Real Betis. Chelsea won the game by 4-1 on that note. Welcome to the Super Thursday edition of Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from Bodija here in the brand new city of Ibadan to give you the latest and the biggest coming from the world of sport. Definitely on the show this afternoon we talk about the Conference League final that went down yesterday. What a game we saw for Chelsea, winning that game of 4-1 in the first half of that game. We saw Chelsea losing the first half of the game, but then they came back in the second half, scoring 4 interesting goals. We take stories from the world of NBA this afternoon and talk about the Western Conference final that went down yesterday. OKC Thunder winning that particular series. We dive into the world of tennis, giving the latest coming from the ongoing Grand Slam. Don't forget that in the world of National Sports Festival going down in Abeokuta, several actions. Several stories are making the round from the National Sports Festival. Of course, we look into the world of transfer this afternoon. Several other stories will be coming your way. And just yesterday, the Super Eagles of Nigeria in action against Ghana. Nigeria won the game by 2-1, defeating their rival Ghana right there in the Jollof Derby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in case you don't know, my name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. You can simply call me Purity. I'm on the driving seat this afternoon, taking you through the ever interesting, ever sensating, ever controversial, ever heartbreaking world of sports. Let's do this, shall we? Guess what? I'm not alone in the studio. I got my crew with me, of course, a sports master in the building this afternoon. Let's dive into the conversation, shall we? We start from the world of NBA this afternoon and to update you of the game that we saw just yesterday, the Western Conference final. A battle between OKC Thunder and Minnesota Timberwolves. What a game that we saw. I must confirm to you that it was an interesting encounter. just yesterday. We saw a brief performance from the City Thunders winning the game 124 to 94 points. And from the first quarter of the game, it was a beautiful one for the City Thunders, recording 26 points in the first quarter of that game. Of course, they did well in the second quarter, recording 39 points. Even though they lost the third quarter of the game, but then they won the fourth and final quarter of the encounter to secure 124 points against 94 points. They'll be playing against the Eastern Conference final. Then we wait and see what will happen in that game on Thursday. But then don't forget that they'll be playing their first ever finals since 2012. All right, away from basketball this afternoon, let's go straight to football, ladies and gentlemen, and talk about the game that we saw yesterday. Chelsea, they were in action against Real Betis in the Conference League final. What a game that we saw yesterday. It was an interesting one for Chelsea and their fans. Even though several fans complaining about the actions in the first half of that game, because Chelsea lost the first half of their encounter by a long goal, but then they came back into the party right there in the second half of that game. Enzo Fernandez getting the equalizer for them yesterday. Nicolas Jackson getting to make it 2-1. Fantastic goal scored by for Sancho. And of course, Caicedo wrapping things off for Chelsea. Chelsea winning all 5 major trophies, recording. Talking about the European trophy, they won the UEFA Champions League, the Conference League, the Europa League, the Super Cup, and of course the Cup Winners' Cup. What a glorious moment for Chelsea yesterday. Guys, let's go to Poland this afternoon and listen to the coach of Chelsea talking about Enzo Maresca after that brief encounter yesterday.
Fantastic achievement for him.
Congratulations.
Well done. Congratulations, Enzo. How are you feeling?
Yeah, very happy. Very happy. A little bit frustrated first half because I think we approached the game in the wrong way. Also, I expect a little bit because after 2 days, the happiness was too much after Nottingham because you go all season waiting, and then so we struggled a little bit first half, and then second half we were much better, and we are very happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
You know, you said that like the celebrations was too much. As a manager, what gives you the sense of that? Or was you sitting there thinking they're ready, or there's a little bit inside that you thought, well, maybe we might not start well? Was there a sense, or
no? The message after Nottingham has been, guys, if we want to be an important team, what we have done is done. Now we need to win the final. It's a final. This was the message, but then it's the happiness, a little bit tidiness. We had 48 hours less than them. They play Friday for nothing. We play Sunday for big target. So I expect a little bit, and then I think second half we were playing much better. We were more. The process was good, but also was attacking behind. And first half we just tried to play without attacking behind.
I think that the team looked so together now. Two things we noticed. Obviously, you didn't start Reece, but before the game, we was watching him, and he was going up and he was being a captain. He was talking and he was leading.
Joe, I promise you, I will start always with Reece. But I'm trying to protect him. He played more games this season than the last 2-3 years. And he's happy. He knows that. But he's top player for us. For us, it's like cool. The problem is that we need to manage him. And when we change him, he said to me, "Boss, don't worry, we're gonna win the game." Okay. Okay.
Thank you. And also Mallow as well. You took him off at half time, and listen, he's a great player, but he wasn't having his best time. But after the game, he was with his team, So that is you've got a great spirit now, right?
Mallow, I'll tell you, he's one of my preferred players. Mallow. The problem is that in the first goal we conceded was from his pass. He missed the pass. So they are young. They are still. They don't understand that if you mistake, doesn't matter. You have to continue. When we lost the ball and we concede, he was out of the game. But he knows, he understands. But for me, Malo is top player. Good player.
excitement yesterday for Enzo Maresca after that beautiful encounter against Real Betis. Chelsea won the game 4-1. Ladies and gentlemen, away from the European scene, let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria yesterday playing against the Black Stars of Ghana right there at the Unity Cup. Nigeria won the game by 2-1. Remember that Jamaica also played before Chelsea. I said before Chelsea. Come on, what's going on? But then before Nigeria, Jamaica won against Trinidad and Tobago. They won the game by 3-2. So they'll be playing against Nigeria on Saturday in another encounter. The finals will be going down on Saturday. It's going to be a big one between Nigeria and Jamaica on Saturday. But then let's listen to the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria right about now, talking about Richard after that brilliant performance yesterday.
Like I said, these players, there are some quality, and my job is to analyze. My job is to make some choice. If I'm wrong, I'm guilty, but the reality, I want to give some chance to this guy because I need to put in my team some guys who can add something, because we need to win, and it's important for me. Maybe I will find a guy who can score in the last minute against Rwanda, or against South Africa, or against Zimbabwe, or against Lesotho. So my job is to work. My job is to work and try to do the best for this team, for the Nigeria, for the local player, and for the other players. So we work. I'm happy to be here with my player, and we are focused on the next game in September.
All right, talking about the Super Eagles game yesterday, it was a beautiful one playing against Ghana, and Nigeria won the game by 2-1. So Udeza was getting a goal for Nigeria yesterday, and of course Samir Ajayi getting the second goal for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We're playing that next game against Jamaica on Saturday for the Unity Cup finals, and let's see what will happen. Remember that we have a number of players invited by the coach of the Super Eagles, both from the foreigners and local base. The likes of Sadiq playing very well for the Super Eagles yesterday. We saw Semi Ajayi into the party, Stanley Mbwambali in between the stick for the Super Eagles yesterday. What a brilliant performance from the Eagles in their game yesterday. All right, away from the camp of the Super Eagles, ladies and gentlemen, right about now, we take stories from the National Sports Festival going down in Ogun State. Several reports coming down from Abeokuta just since yesterday. Tension flying in the camp of Team Ogun because we saw pictures and of course information regarding Team Ogun protesting the delay in their payment of allowances just happened in the early hours of yesterday. We saw some athletes barricading the entrance of Backup University. We saw several pressers coming from Team Ogun and coming from the Commissioner of Sport right there in Ogun State. At the end of the day, it was resolved. And of course, even though some games went into delay and some are currently ongoing as we speak right about now, the tables of the National Sports Festival as we speak now, we still have Team Delta still topping the chart with quite a number of interesting gold medals. They are still leading the line, recording a total number of 226 medals after securing 92 gold medals as we speak now. Although we still have some events ongoing, they have 59 silver medals and 75 bronze medals, followed by Team Bayelsa. They are in the second position with 155 medals in total, recording 64 gold medals, 42 silver medals, and 49 bronze medals. Team Ogun, the host, in the third position, doing well, recording 53 gold medals, 44 silver medals, and 52 bronze medals to make it 149 medals. And of course, we have Team Rivers Rivers in the third position with 137 meters. Team Oyo in the sixth position. Of course, they have been brilliant in this particular edition, winning some impressive gold medals. We saw what they did at the hockey event, men's, where they defeated Kaduna in the finals of the men's hockey. We still have them doing well as we speak right there in Abeokuta, recording 30 gold medals as we speak now to make it 95 medals. So actions are still ongoing as we speak. And of course, even though we are wrapping up for the National Sport Festival, ladies and gentlemen, you are still on to Sport Today on 103.5 FM. I'll be going for a short commercial break right about now. When we return from this break, we'll talk more on basketball from the local scene, take stories from tennis, and don't forget from the world of transfer. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
On the 103.5 FM.
Imagine having the freedom to work, play, and connect without interruptions. That is what fast internet means to us. At Highword Networks, we are passionate about delivering super fast, unlimited internet that is 6 times faster than the competition. Whether you're working from home, running a business, or streaming your favorite shows, we've got you covered. A reliable internet and 24/7 customer support ensure you stay connected all the way. So what are you waiting for? Join the iWorld Networks family today and discover a seamless internet experience. Call Jeffrey on 0813-058-9466 or visit our website www.iwn.ng to get started. iWorld Networks, connected possibility.
Let's go. This is your radio.
Unless we make broadcasting accountable, it is going to be very hard to change anything else for the better in our society. That is why all established and aspiring broadcasters are enjoined to join Society of Nigerian Broadcasters, SMB, the only legally recognized professional body for broadcasters in Nigeria. Registered since 1994. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ìjọba ti wá rọ̀ Society of Nigerian Broadcasters, SMB lágbára láti issue operational license fún gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú ìtọ̀sẹ̀ tó tọ́. SMB has successfully gone through all the different stages of becoming law. Àjẹpẹ́ fún ẹnikẹ́ni láti rẹ́sẹ̀ walẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Ó ní láti jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ SMB. Join now and be glad you did. Fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ láti dọmọ ẹgbẹ́ SMB, ẹ pè alábòjútó National Coordinator Dr. Yemisi Bangbose lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ 0803-331-5256 or better still visit www.smb.com.ng. Be fulfilled as a broadcaster. Join SMB. Hello there, parents and guardians who seek a veritable land to lay a solid foundation for the future. Cosmos Private Secondary School is the right place. Located at D18 Olorutedo Estate at Duloju MFM bus stop along Ojo Express Road, Ibadan, is established to provide quality education for our children from nursery and primary through secondary schools. Láì dé ìtọ̀pẹ́nu, Cosmos Private Secondary School la gbé kalẹ̀ láti pèsè ẹ̀kọ́ tó pójú owó káwọn ọmọ wa ó lè yege nínú èyíkéyìí ìdánwò yálà O-level, A-level tàbí àwọn international examinations bíi WAEC, NECO, GCE, UTME, Post-UTME tó fi mọ́ àwọn ìdánwò bíi IELTS, SAT, TOEFL, GRE àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Visit Cosmos Private Secondary School today at D18 Olorutedo Estate, Aduloju MFM bus stop, Ojo Express Road, Ibadan. Cosmos is accredited for common entrance, Beckett, WAEC, NECO and GCE. For inquiries, please call 0814-303-6019 and 0813-499-3309. Cosmos Private Secondary School. Knowledge and power.
On the 103.5 FM.
right, welcome back from that short commercial break. You are still on to Sport Today on Honor 103.5 FM. Still broadcasting live from Bodija here in the brown city of Ibadan. You can join us live on Facebook at Honor 103.5 FM. Yes, like I told you, events are still ongoing at the National Sports Festival in Abeokuta Gateway Games. And of course, we have some shaping right there in the medals table just to make some correction and some addition into what I said earlier. We have Team Delta still topping the medals table, recording 112 gold medals. They have 83 silver medals and 94 bronze medals to make it 296 medals as we speak. And for Team Oyo, they are still sixth on the log, recording 34 gold medals, 34 silver medals, and of course they have 45 silver bronze medals to make it 113 medals in total. Yes, Team Ogun third position, Bayelsa second position. We have Rivers, Edo, and Lagos seventh position. So it's still getting more interesting coming from the world of National Sports Festival. Quickly away from that scene now, let's take stories from the world of transfer, and just to let you know that we have quite a number of transfer stories flying around in the world of football. You know, we are in the season of rumors. We are in the season where players move from one club to another. So on the show this afternoon, we take quite a number of some shocking gossip or making the rounds in the world of football. Okay, starting from the camp of Chelsea, even though they are still looking for replaceable players to fill in some position. But before we go to Stamford Bridge this afternoon, let's take stories from Barcelona, because AS Roma and Barcelona are completing the agreement of Asfati. Maybe he'll be joining Monaco when the transfer is officially open. But then they are still in negotiation and anything can just happen. And for Jonathan Tah joining FC Bayern Munich for a 4-year contract from Bayer Leverkusen all up to until June 2029. Of course, it's going to be a big one for Bayern Munich getting former Bayer Leverkusen defender, talking about Jonathan Tah, into their squad. And for United, they told Barca that if they want to secure Marcus Rashford, they have to pay 40 million. Of course, let's see what will happen before the end of this transfer saga. Stories also making the round in the world of football this afternoon. Nasri Sport Director, of course, this story is concerning Cristiano Ronaldo, and of course, is the latest coming from Al-Nassr, because the sport director Fernando Hierro confirmed that the club has not yet made a decision regarding Cristiano Ronaldo's future. Talking about Cristiano Ronaldo at about now, we never can tell where he'll be going. Maybe he will still stay at Al-Nassr at the end of this summer, but then it's going to be a very interesting one for Ronaldo fans all over the world. Lastly on the show, let's take stories from basketball and from the home scene this time around, talking about the Rivers Opals. They'll be representing Nigeria right there in the Bar African tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, we have the latest ranking involving Basketball African League, and I must confirm to you that Rivers Opals ranked 4th best in Africa. The 2024 bronze medalist Rivers Opals has been ranked as the 4th best team in Africa, ahead of 2025 Basketball African League. The Kingsmen in Abuja are preparing for the bar playoff that will be going down in South Africa from June 6th. Of course, they are the 4th best player team right there in Africa. Of course, we have all the teams that will be participating in this year bar tournament. Of course, we wish Rivers Opals well at the end of this particular edition. AC Milan chief tables offer for well. Okay, AC Milan on the news this afternoon because Allegri also is on the news, probably for another 3 years contract for him. But then I think this is quite shocking, because barely after 72 hours after appointment of Terra, he has made a move for Allegri for a 3 years contract. Of course, it's going to be a very beautiful season ahead for AC Milan. They had a terrible season this season right there at the Italian Serie A. Guys, it's time to say our BYE on the show right about now. But then we're back again tomorrow for the Friday edition of Sport Today. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Enjoy the rest of your Thursdays. Stay out of trouble. I'm out of the studio.